TV's episode for second semester, Finding Your Ikigai. Maybe you're wondering what our episode is all about. This is something new compared to our previous episodes, and since we are in a community quarantine, maybe you can also ponder upon this episode and discover something new about yourself. So let me tell you about what Ikigai is. Ikigai is the Japanese formula in finding true happiness in life. It existed millions of years ago, and it is still effective until today. Ikigai simply means a reason for being. Or a simple question like, para saan ka bumabangon? Or, what's your reason for getting up in the morning? There are 4 components in achieving Ikigai. Without these 4, you can never achieve true happiness in life. The first component is doing something that you love. It can be anything. It can be drawing, it can be dancing, singing, taking pictures, anything that you love doing. Something that makes you live in the moment and enjoy the present. The second component is doing something that the world needs. Something that would make a difference. Not in the whole world, but even just the people around you. Your friends, your family, your workmates, your schoolmates. Something that makes a visible, positive effect to the people around you. The third component is doing something that you can get paid for. Something that can provide your daily needs. Food to eat, clothes to wear, house to live in. Because how are you going to be happy if you have to worry on surviving? The last and fourth component is doing something you are good at. Something you have developed throughout your life. It is not something that is innate in you, but something that you aspire to be and slowly overcoming the obstacles and reaching that skill. It is something you give in a lot of time and effort in order to improve that certain talent or skill. The beautiful thing about Ikigai is that you can identify where you are in your life right now and focus on the things that you can improve just by looking on those 4 components. If you find yourself doing something that you love and doing something that you are good at, then what you have is passion. People who fall into this category are aspiring singers or aspiring artists, dancers. The problem is, they are not getting paid enough for their skills. It seems that nobody notices their talents. If you find yourself falling into this category, you need to focus on how to market yourself to be able to get paid for it. On the other hand, if you're doing something that you love and something that the world needs, then what you have is mission. These are the people that wants to change the world. For example, save the earth, plant more trees, go vegan, activists or bloggers that unfortunately don't have enough skills like public speaking skills, writing skills to persuade people in joining their cause. If you find yourself falling into this category, you need to focus on mastering your craft and how to persuade people instead of just stating your facts loud. On the other hand, if you find yourself doing something that you are good at and something that you can get paid for, then what you have is profession, which a lot of people have. The problem in this is that doing your job feels like it doesn't contribute in changing the world. If you find yourself falling into this category, you need to find what you really love doing. And lastly, if you find yourself doing something that you are paid well, and it is something that the world needs, then what you have is vocation. A good example of this is teachers or professors, wherein they are paid well and contribute something to their students. The only problem in this is that they are constantly doing the same thing all over again. If you find yourself falling into this category, you need to challenge yourself in doing better every time or improving what you really do. In order to achieve true happiness in life and to live life meaningfully, you have to achieve Ikigai. You need to spend your time doing something that you love, doing something that the world needs, doing something that you can get paid for, and doing something that you are good at. Without these four components, you will always feel something missing inside of you. Now, let's talk about my Ikigai. To be honest, knowing your Ikigai is hard and it requires you a lot of effort to identify it. I remember doing this activity when I was in first year college. First day of class, this was the first activity we had. And as I look back, I find the question, what is something that you were good at, easiest to answer among the four components. And since I already know what I'm good at, which is I'm good at hosting and talking in front of people, it's easy for me to identify it. I've developed this skill when I was in high school, until I went in senior high school, and until the day that now I'm in college. It is a skill I continue to develop until now. The next thing I answered is, what do I love doing? I love talking to other people. At first, I thought, hala baka madaldal lang talaga ako, pero it leads to something more pa pala. I developed a skill which is hosting. That's why in the process of practicing this skill, I learned to love it also. Here are some of my pictures when I hosted some of the events when I was in senior high school until the day that now I'm in college. So this was my first hosting stint in St. John. This is Buwan ng Wika celebration when I was in grade 11 at that time. My co-hosts were Comsec alumni Kuya Dwayne and Ate M. This was when I was in grade 12. I hosted K-pop cover dance year 2 again with Kuya Dwayne and Ate M, and with Comsec alumni Ate Kat and Kuya Ken, which is the original host from the year 1. This one is when I was first year college. I hosted Josephine's Got Talent with Sir Edwin Ortiz and Comsec alumni Kuya Dwayne. This was also when I was in first year college. I hosted K-pop cover dance year 3 with Sir Edwin Ortiz and Kuya Dwayne again. And this was last semester, College Weekend Sports Fest opening ceremony. My co-host is the CSL President and Comsec member, RJ Comet. And this was the latest major event in school I hosted with Comsec member Miko Madrigal. This is Josephine's Got Talent Year 2. These are some of my hosting stints I did in St. Jo, and probably the most memorable one because I love what I do, and despite of having a whole day rehearsals, I never felt so tired, and it makes me live in the moment. The next thing I answered is it something that I can get paid for? Opportunities come my way, and I was offered different hosting jobs outside school. So I was offered hosting a birthday parties, debuts, and even company events. For me as a student, my fee wasn't that high. But for me, it's a big thing that I earn money on what I usually do only in school, and I was happy about it. The toughest question I answered is it something that the world needs? And that for me is very heavy, but your answer shouldn't be like it's from a Miss Universe or a beauty pageant. So I pondered upon it and asked, what can I contribute to the world? So I thought of using my voice as a tool for advocacy and awareness. It may be an advocacy for planting more trees or zero waste, or to spread awareness about women's rights, or things that are close to my heart. I can also be an advocate for media literacy since I'm a communication student. But for now, my main goal is to be the voice of the voiceless, by simply speaking up to the societal issues and use my voice as a tool for societal change. And I think for now, that's what I can contribute on what the world needs. And I think that's my Ikigai, my reason for being, and my formula for happiness. Again, I'm Ida Lazarte and this is Clare TV, reminding you to please stay at home, wash your hands, be healthy, and together we can combat this pandemic crisis. And lastly, may we all find our own Ikigai. Goodbye for now.